Hello everybody and welcome back. This is episode number 11 of the Amber Army YouTube series, Championship Manager 2001-2002 Retro with Aston Villa. And at the moment we had a little bit of a video malfunction, so I'm going to be narrating over. For some reason we didn't pick up the audio as I was recording, so we're starting this episode with a game against Newcastle. Obviously we're showing you the fixtures that we got in this one. It's Newcastle, Charlton, and then following with Middlesbrough away for the last game. 3 games in an episode as per usual. And I think I'm sort of taking you back a little bit to some previous scores just to show that we may be turning a bit of a corner, but we're straight into the Newcastle game now. Just showing you the starting lineup because Melberg is still injured. We had to play with Gareth Barry at left back and West in the centre. And as per usual, Elise will be picking up the captain's armband in this one. Newcastle come out attacking. So we know we've had a lot of frustrating games in this series so far. So looking at it in a whole, we haven't really been that bad with our performances. It's just capitalising on those performances and seizing the games. Pardon me. Been recording quite a lot of episodes today on a day off from work. I've got a little bit of a cough at the moment, so you have to bear with me on that one. And we went 1-0 down. There we go. 1-0 down to Newcastle. Very frustratingly with their first attempt at goal. And we'd started the game quite well, we had, hadn't we? It's so strange doing this without being able to click on anything that I want. But I've got to narrate this. I can't just put a soundless video up. Just sometimes the software can be a little bit temperamental. So just showing you there that we had started it quite well, but Newcastle have completely taken control of the game since getting that goal, which is a bit of a shitter really, because you always seem to go to pot whenever that sort of thing happens. But we have a team that do tend to come back into games. I mean, that Birmingham game, I mean, this entire series has been worth it just for that Birmingham game, to be honest with you. It's absolutely phenomenal, that was. So we went into half time and we were losing 1-0. Still struggling to get back into the game, of course. So we're slowly getting back into it, we were. Slowly but surely. But still finding it hard to find that target. So Isaacson, this has been something of a slow start for him. I think the Charlton game was the shitter really, but he'll get better though. He gets so good, so good on this game, as do a lot of the players that we've signed. And Taribo West we know is already good. Vassell gets better, I know. Crouch, I hope, gets better. I don't recall ever having Wayne Rooney on this game, but there was an update that we had to get. There's an update that we had to get to prevent the game from dying like it did in Championship Manager 3. And with that update, we obviously had an updated database. So we're doing better at the moment. Still struggling to find that chance and that attempt at goal. So I sort of went for it now. Thought, well, we're losing already. We may as well go for it and try and change this game. Still trying, and still failing. Stefan Ishizaki is becoming a very, very good player coming off the bench. Will he be worthy of a start at some point soon? Well, time will tell on that one. But yeah, as you can see, we ended up losing this game 1-0. They had the upper hand slightly, but we had a lot of chances that we just didn't take. And it just took one bit of brilliance from Alan Shearer to take the 3 points in this one. Straight into the next game, home to Charlton Athletic. And we owed them one after their 3-0 win, which was the strangest 3-0 win I think I've ever seen. Because we absolutely pummeled them for large periods of that game and just couldn't get the goal. And then out of nothing they'd just get one. But what can I say? So as you can see, we start this game well. And because they're below us, we can't lose to them. Losing could not be an option. So we start getting close in this first half, we do. We just can't quite find it. Pardon me. Just can't quite get there. Oh. Yeah. It's one thing we always seem to do is get close, but just can't quite find that target. Harsh decision. Tell me about it. Used to seeing that all the time. So as you can see there, we go in at half time with it at 0-0, being largely the better team. Always frustrating when it works out like this, isn't it? Always frustrating. But say there's still another half of football left. Surely they can't keep the ball out for that long. Or can they? Well, it will be unfolded for you in this second half. I'm sorry, I'm finding this so weird, having to narrate over it when I already know what happens. So much more effective, the speech, when, you know, I'm just talking along as I'm playing it. But I'm going to make an attempt anyway. So you can see we're pummeling them. Just can't get that frickin' ball in the frickin' net. And that was the one thing I was in fear of, is them just poking out and getting themselves a goal. But Andreas Isaacson having a good game in this one. And see the idea I have here, Bergstrom for Ishizaki, because Bakiroglu can play on the left. Would it pay off? Yes. Ishizaki being on the pitch certainly did pay off, didn't it? 1-0 up. and looking good. The other substitution obviously was putting a 16-year-old Wayne Rooney on. I don't think we've really used him much, and whenever we have used him, I don't think he's managed to get himself a goal as of yet. Imagine I crap myself at that point. Didn't want to take off Sunday Elise, of course. He's very much the heart of our central midfield. I couldn't even give us a penalty. I don't think we've had many of them, to be honest with you. Wayne Rooney. Mentioned him. Didn't think at the time he was going to score though, did you? 16-year-old Wayne Rooney to seal the deal for us and get us a vital win. 3 very important points. Throws us into 12th. Next game against Middlesbrough. Only 4 points from them. They have got a good team on there, but they're not doing as well as they really should be. Not as well as we thought they would do after our last game that we played against them. So I wonder what we could cook up against them in this one then. I said in this episode, I think I said at the end of the last one, and I did try saying at the beginning of this one, I wanted to win 2 games out of these 3. Obviously we just got the win against Charlton, but we lost at home to Newcastle. So this is a game I said I wanted to win, but I wasn't going to expect it, because you got the likes of Boxic, you got the likes of, well, usually Egiog and Southgate, and there was no Egiog in this game. There was no Ziga, and there was no Mendieta, but they have got George Boateng. And there we went 1-0 up through Taribo West. Great start. 1st of January start in 2002, hopefully with a win. And Schwartz are doing well to stop it from being 2. So you can see the better of the 2 teams by a bit of a stretch at the moment. I'm just basically showing that not many of their great players that they had at that point are playing in that game. And they're right on half time like a twat. Alan Boxic gets the equaliser. Their only attempt at goal. So we'd have to come out hard to come and get that second goal then. So I'm spinning the mouse around there, so I must have been saying something worthwhile. And I always tend to do that whenever I go into a deep sort of speech on something. I always tend to spin the mouse around. Contemplating making my first sub at this point as well. So we're attacking their goal really strong, but I'm thinking we need something different in there. So Ishizaki and Rooney, the 2 that made all the difference in the last game, could they make the difference in this one? And there you go. No. Gutted. Just wait till you see the match stats, if I show them at any point now. Swap it up in the centre of mid. So close. Would we get an equaliser? Clearances off the line, fantastic saves from Schwarzer all game. Wait till you see these match stats now. Yeah, 2 attempts to goal, 2 on target, 2 goals, 11 attempts to goal, 5 on target, and just the 1. We were quite convincingly the better team. No way on this earth should we have lost that game. But we did. Alan Boksic done us. Alpay had a bad game. He haven't had too many good ones, to be honest with you, so... Ronnie Johnson played out in 8. He may get a start in the next game. But I'm obviously showing Bakiroglu. I think I'm making the point of where I was looking at a left winger, because, and then I'm not going to look at a winger. Sorry, got a yawning fit on the go. Just showing that Isaacson does become a really good keeper on this game, basically. And I've been looking at a left winger. Maybe I don't need to look at a left winger. Maybe another centre back might help. It may help when Melberg comes back, but I'm basically making the point that Bakiroglu can play on the left if need be, because I moved him over there. I took Bergstrom off for Ishizaki against Charlton. So that there pretty much is that. We're coming towards the end of the episode now. I can see the screen in front of me rolling along with only a very small segment left, showing you what we've got to look forward to the next game. A double header against Bolton, away and then home. FA Cup third round. What I've said is if we can win one of the 2 games in the Premier League,